Today, golfers, I want to show you a way of making the downswing super simple. Like, you're not going to believe how easy this makes the downswing. If you're someone who struggles with the path of the club, standing the club up, even laying the club back but coming this way over the top, as people like to call it, this drill might help you. Two ideas that just, honestly, you're not going to believe how easy this makes the downswing for so many of my students. Remember, if you're liking these tips, hit the subscribe and like button down below. I have a free weekly newsletter, golf tips, exclusive content that you won't see here on YouTube, where we go into these ideas in more depth. Link in the description down below. Come and join the community. So I stood here on one of the most stunning 200-yard par threes I think I've ever played. You can't be making a swing here and suffering with this kind of downswing where we either stand the club up or turn the club onto a different direction and then swing at the ball, causing it to cut. The wind's into off the right, it's going to go halfway, and it's not going to get over that, and we want to get over that. So I'm going to share with you two ideas that's going to help you get this club more what you like to call on plane. I'm not a big fan of that term, to be honest, but more down on the slot, whatever you want to call it. Club pitched at a better angle to allow the path of the club to stay a little bit more consistently out towards target, which hopefully will allow you to manage the face a little bit better. So we're going to have more consistent shots, straighter shots, and then hopefully going to hit more greens. Now, I'm talking about doing this with an iron, but it applies also with the driver. It's going to be the same ideas. So idea number one, to make the downswing super easy and super simple, you've got to give yourself a chance on the backswing. We need you focusing on your trail shoulder. So my right shoulder as a right-handed golfer, so my shoulder away from the target here. And I want you to think about if your shoulder is turned forwards or rotated backwards, which would be called internal, external rotations with your trail, arm, trail, shoulder. But think of it turning forwards or turning backwards. And I want you on your backswing to make sure that you're getting your trail, arm, trail, shoulder moving this way more. It's actually rotating this way more, not staying forwards as you turn. Let me show you what I mean. So if I make a backswing and I keep this trail arm, trail shoulder turning, but more keeping it forwards, bent forwards for me, what happens is we get this kind of standing up at the backswing. I could even roll the wrist, but still keep it forwards. As soon as I start my downswing with the shoulder forwards this way, it really encourages the pitching up of the club. It encourages you to start turning this way. This is where we see the big angles of attack coming heavily down. We see the paths coming heavily left, and we see weak duffs, fats and fins. What you're going to notice from strong players, PGA pros, really good players at your club, you're going to notice that they've got more of an external rotation with this trail shoulder. So they're actually getting their arm to move this way. And then in turn, what we see is the trail hand actually starts to bend backwards a lot more. Amateurs then tend to not get that trail arm bending that or hand back that much, and they're kind of here at the top of their backswing or kind of here, which again, still, even though it looks like it's behind me, from where I've turned to, my shoulder is still bent forwards. This gives you no chance of starting a downswing how you want to. And what you see from golfers is they make this move and then they're trying to like butcher downswings because they want to fix their downswing. You've probably clicked on this video because you're thinking, yeah, I want to fix my downswing. But to fix your downswing, you've got to give yourself this chance on the way back. Simplest drill to do that. Hold the club in trail hand down at the bottom of the grip. And we're going to use the bit of the grip that's extended out to try and get some trail arm and trail wrist bending back. Trail arm extending this way, wrist bending back as well. And the way I'm doing that is I'm going to try and get the butt end of the club here pointing back towards the back camera here, right behind me. So if I don't bend this wrist much, rotate my body, keep the shoulder forwards, I'm kind of here, starting downswing. See the pitching of the shaft, where if I start opening up trail shoulder, so really get it going back behind me this way more, and at the same time bending trail wrist, we start setting this club up in a way that will allow us, as we rotate on the way down, to just get it in this magical slot, whatever you want to call it. Basically, for me, get it on a better path to allow you to get a good angle of attacks and hit better shots. With the hand in this position, as you opened up this trail shoulder and you try and turn and get this club pointing behind you. Now, you've got to do this with carefully so you don't hurt yourself. If you add a bit of speed to this backswing, so pull the club back nice and quick with one hand, you're going to find that the club naturally wants to do that. And if it doesn't, you're going to do, let me show you two actions. If you pull it back quick and it still gets stuck this way, where you're trying to keep your shoulder forwards, that to me, and for lots of people I teach, it feels like it's kind of really pulling on trail shoulder. So really open that shoulder up. It will allow you and that trail wrist to use that speed, and it doesn't feel actually that hard. I mean, it feels like I could almost give this ball some level of hit with this action, because the trail wrist bending back and the shoulder bending back prepares me for my body turn, where if I keep them less bending trail hand, less rotation with this shoulder, and I turn quickly, it's like the brakes stop near the top and my shoulder and hand are like, whoa, that feels hard, because it doesn't feel like I'm in a secure position. So we're really going to point this club back. What you can also do if you're struggling to feel it, take your lead hand, pop it on trail shoulder, and just really feel like you're pushing it back while keeping this elbow in. So you're trying to really extend as much as you can that way with this. This is good. This is good, which is why you see these world-class players often more up here than turning to target with the club, where amateurs often you do see a little bit more kind of this action. Now, to start that downswing from this better position, you've got a chance. For lots of you now, you won't need to think about the downswing because you're in this better position on the backswing. You'll just start down, off you go, and it'll work. But if it doesn't, if you're someone, which lots of golfers do, you can get them in the best position on the backswing ever, but they still then kind of push this shoulder forward, stand the club up, they undo all the good work. The next part of the drill I want you to do is with your lead hand, let it join in. So just grab the outside of your trail elbow as you're pointing this back, as you start with your shoulders to feel like you're loading on lead side, so a little bit of a shift across. Just pull this elbow basically in as you start the downswing. As soon as your relationship on the downswing goes this way, with trail hand, trail elbow, trail shoulder, you've won. It's not going to go anywhere else. From there, that club's only going to come down on a better path. As soon as you go this relationship, you've lost. You're not going to recover it at the speeds that downswing is coming in at. So twofold, point and let it go. See if that helps you. Or point, hold on to elbow. Then you're going to find that club is coming on a position that you might not have felt before. And then the game is about putting those feelings into a shot as neatly as you can. Now remember, if you're liking the videos, hit the like and subscribe button, and also my newsletter, which is free, weekly exclusive tips in the link to join that newsletter and join that learning community in the description down below. If you want to stay on YouTube and improve your golf a little bit more and this downswing a little bit more, this video is helping a lot of golfers improve their downswing.